I really don't know which pen name I should use for publishing a James Grider novel. I decided I might as well give E. Paula Wilson a go. What I want to do is hopefully fool the search engine into suggesting my book to people who are browsing an actual famous writer. Someone has done something like this by taking the last names of Preston and Child and pretending their first name is Preston and their last name is Child, and trying to write the most god-awful and laughable imitation of their books. It was funny when idiots on Amazon bought this kid's books by mistake. I'm pretty sure he was a kid, and a British kid, because he was writing about some adventure in a London Museum of Natural History to imitate Preston and Child's New York Museum of Natural History plotlines. Some people mistakenly bought his books and were very upset. I put together a book cover here, so let's see what we got. This is what the dust jackets for Repairman Jack novels look like. What we got inside the circle here is James and Carmela Grider, represented how they might look in real life. Only the haircuts are wrong. I decided a real image makes the book seem more legit than an anime drawing, so I took a random picture of this attractive teenage boy and I colored his eyes blue, and then I took a picture of this random girl off the internet and colored her eyes blue. Then I stuck them in here and I changed the saturation. The reason for the saturation turned all the way up is because I want to keep James Grider's image kind of vague, so when a movie is made, the actor may not precisely look like this boy. Also, I'm trying to avoid being sued by whoever these people are for using their pictures by altering them into looking so vague. As you can see, Repairman Jack is represented as a silhouette, but I wanted to give you something more than a silhouette to show how attractive James Grider might look. Next we have the Grim Reaper up here that's supposed to represent death, which is a huge theme in the story, because he kills a ton of people. The green object here, that's the wick dick of Hecris. It's that alien device he's using to send death on the President of the United States. This is like a quick concept art of the wick dick of Hecris. You can imagine something slightly different for it if you want, except there isn't too much wiggle room to imagine something other than how it is shown here. On the bottom, we have a redwood forest from the Black Ops 3 map. I took this picture of it with a free-floating camera in theater mode, and then I changed it a little by trying to make the sky look gray and hazy. This represents where James and Carmela live, which is the Redwood Empire region in Northern California. They spend the last half of the book in a forest like this. Under the title we have a James Grider novel, which is similar to a Repairman Jack novel. I tried to keep the fonts as similar as possible. From the New York Times worst-selling author. Of course, if they had such a list, I would be a worst-selling author. Next we have a quote. James Grider is one of the most original and intriguing characters to arise out of contemporary fiction in ages. His adventures are hugely entertaining. This is what the writer Dean Koontz says word for word about Repairman Jack novels. Only in my case, it's Gene Kantz who is saying it. Who the fuck is Gene Kantz? I don't know. I'm just parodying the name as far as I'm concerned. I will probably get sued by multiple entities. F. Paul Wilson's publisher will sue me for ripping off the cover design. The guy and girl whose photos I used will sue me. Activision will sue me for using their forest picture. Whoever drew that Grim Reaper will sue me. Dean Koontz will probably sue me. Does all this fall under fair use and parody? I would wager that it does, but it all depends on how much of an asshole someone's lawyer is. Copyright is the most abused law in the courts. and fair use interpretations can vary widely. I guess if there is some old lady or old guy browsing for a book to read, and maybe they neglected to put on their reading glasses, and they see the cover design similar to F. Paul Wilson books, and their brain reads the fucking author's name wrong, and then they buy it thinking, I don't remember reading this book. This must be one of F. Paul Wilson's works that I overlooked. Well, I better read it. Maybe they are well off, so buying a book is like chump change for them, and they're not very attentive. I just wonder if someone was fooled, how much would they read before they realized something is wrong? That would be a good way to gauge how shitty of a writer I am. Could the cover art be better? Absolutely, but I just don't feel like dedicating several more hours to make it better. I had other designs in mind. For instance, I wanted the wick dick of Fekris to be depicted smashing through the American flag as a way of representing what James Grider's mission is all about. James Grider is about rebelling against America as it is in the present day, so it's really a story of a teenager rebelling against a dystopian government. So the cover art would reflect his desire to destroy America as it is, to bring more freedom. Another cover art idea would have included the wick dick of Hecris smashing the presidential seal to represent James killing a Democrat president. I'm kind of embarrassed to publish this and ask money for this because I have a track record of writing really badly.